Thank you for the coffee. Oh, who was that? Buddy, of course. Who else? My plan today is to make some yummy Christmas gifts. A festive rocky road with peppermint, and that means I reuse wrapping paper. I woke up this morning with the intention of filming, but I had this weird pain in my neck. It is the afternoon, it is 3 p.m. and I'm only just starting this video. And don't worry, there is a squirrel forest visit coming. One of the reasons I'm starting this video so late is because I've been waiting for Juan to leave. He has gone to Schlefdeuel, the city, but he has gone to the city to do his own Christmas shopping without me, and I am making gifts for him, and I have been waiting hours for him to leave so I can get started. But I have had a really nice, slow and relaxed morning. I didn't film this morning, and last night whilst I was finishing off yesterday's video, I discovered footage from the 30th of November. And it was just a few days after I'd come from a trip, and I was preparing for Vlogmas, so I had sort of forgotten about this whole morning of footage. So instead of showing you a rainy morning in the squirrel forest, I thought I'd show you this lovely snowy squirrel footage, and happy Vlogmas day 18. Going to the squirrel forest in style. So this morning we're going to the squirrel forest. It's snowing. Let's find some squirrels. Squirrels having their breakfast. finished coffee. That battery's flashing. My battery's flashing. Thank you for the coffee. Oh. Thanks. Who was that? Buddy, of course. Who else? Got some snow in my coffee as well. My plan today is to make some yummy Christmas gifts, and as I've mentioned before, I don't think Christmas gifts need to be fussy or expensive, so I'm going to make some yummy things. But first I wanted to open the advent calendar. It has been a few days. We have a star and a rocking horse. Okay, I'm going to start preparing these gifts. It is currently raining again for the 4th day, and snow keeps falling off the roof. The large amount of snow has already fallen, but the first couple of days when it was raining, every time the snow slid off the roof, the house would shake and there would be like a rumble sound, and it always freaks me out, even after 4 years. Snow just fell off the front of the house and it freaked me out. So the first food gift I'm going to make is Rocky Road, and Juan is an absolute sweet tooth. He loves anything with chocolate, nuts, fruits, etc. So I'm going to make a Festive Rocky Road with peppermint, and I thought I would just make a lot so I can also gift it to my mum and dad. So I've just discovered I don't have everything I need, so I am going to run to the shops. We are very lucky we have a village shop, so I'm going to quickly pop in and leave everything on hold. I'll take my phone so I can film something, but you're staying here. The Rocky Road is now in the fridge to set. It needs to be there for 2 to 3 hours before I can cut it. And the next gift idea is I'm going to make granola in this. Every morning when I have my savoury breakfast, Juan always has yogurt with something. And so he is going to love homemade granola. My dad has also started eating granola for breakfast, so I'm going to make some for him as well. And I'm going to find a jar which has one of these jars that lock. These are also my pickled mushrooms. I did eat one, very good, but the one that's going to be really good with lots of peppercorns, I'm going to open when my family are here. Also, the reason I'm rushing is because I've got a lot to do before Juan arrives and I need to clean up so it looks like nothing happened. So continuing with Christmas gift ideas, over the past few years I've been drying and displaying old flowers, and some of them retain their colours and look quite pretty. And I feel like this is a nice wintry gift, especially if they're wildflowers you've maybe grown in your garden. So to dry out flowers, you bundle them up by some string and you hang them upside down for several weeks, and then you can open them up, cut them and display them. In this bunch I have some nice purple flowers, so these could work quite nicely with some of the white flowers. Some flowers don't dry out very well, especially if they lose their petals very easily. So as I've previously mentioned, I like to waste as little during Christmas, and that means I reuse wrapping paper. Obviously some paper becomes too ripped or crinkled, but this could easily be reused. And after Christmas, I actually prepare it so it can be easily reused. So for example, this one, I've already removed the tape. And when you wrap something flat, you can't even notice that it's reused again. I'm going to wrap presents now, and I'm so glad I'm doing this now and not on Christmas Eve, which is what I usually do. Yeah, I think I'm going to start wrapping. So this is the granola for Juan. I think he will be very happy about this. And now I'm disinfecting the jars so I can put the rest of the granola in them. And then I'm going to cut the rocky road into squares. Finished wrapping the presents, and it's a pretty sight. I love adding cute tags and different ribbons. There's a lot of pressure around giving gifts at Christmas time, and I personally believe presents don't need to be expensive, fussy, but it is nice to be gifted something on Christmas. So if you're struggling to think of Christmas presents for friends or family, I can assure you that whatever you give them, they will be happy, and next year they will likely forget. I've seen this trend on Instagram where parents ask their children what they got for Christmas the previous year, and all the children couldn't remember a single present they had received. But then the parents asked them, "Do you remember what trip we went on this year?" And they immediately remembered. But it is still nice to make something sentimental or give something. The effort of giving something, even if it's granola, is appreciated. I saw a statistic the other day, and I don't know how true it is because I think this is such a hard thing to quantify, but apparently during Christmas time, a minimum of 19 million trees are needed just to make Christmas or festive wrapping paper and gift bags and just paper products around the festive period. So, if you can, try and save your wrapping paper. A great way to use less is to buy reusable gift bags. You can use them year on year. I've been using these for 3 or 4 years now. Ways I try to save paper is by doing more folds than needed. I also try and use less tape. This is a rip, and I've taped over. No one is going to notice that. And does that look scruffy? That this is old paper? I don't think so. I haven't bought any gift bags or paper this year, and I have plenty for next year. In a world of consumerism, waste, and cheap materials, there are so many ways we can make Christmas more sustainable. If you're struggling about gift ideas and it's last minute, one thing that I can really recommend is either subscriptions for something or experiences, a cooking class. And for nature themed gifts, if you go on your local nature reserve or maybe a charity in your state or county, they always offer something for Christmas. It could be becoming a member of the charity or going on some sort of nature course, but the world really doesn't need more cheap materials and plastic and rubbish. Edible gifts are always great, handmade gifts. Thank you for enjoying this day with me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Well, happy Vlogmas day 19. I woke up this morning with the intention of filming and going to the squirrel forest, but I had this weird pain in my neck, and I made a cup of tea, and every time I was drinking it and swallowing it, my left arm would have like a spasm, and it seems like the muscle in my neck is inflamed and putting pressure on the nerve that goes to my left arm. And I realised what I really needed was sleep and a day off. And instead of not filming anything today, I thought I would combine 2 days and just make this day a shorter day within the same video. I'm not really sure what happened, because last night I started to feel this tension in my neck, and maybe it was from being in a tricky angle wrapping paper for too long that caused it to be really sore. But I have taken some medicine and I'm taking it really chill. The strange thing is that I am fine moving. It's just when I swallow and look up that it hurts. Looking down is okay, I mean it's a bit sore. It's really frustrating because it's been months that I've skipped a day going to the squirrel forest. If I've been here, I've gone every day. So that's frustrating. But also this morning it was our village's Christmas porridge morning, and in the morning my neck was hurting so much that I just could not go. And this morning, after waking up and having my cup of tea, I went back to bed and I think I slept another 3 hours. My family arrive in 2 days, so we do need to sort the house a bit. I think we'll do the full clean tomorrow. Tomorrow morning looks gorgeous with sunshine and -1. We've had above 0 for 2 days now. Although it's going to be quite a snowless Christmas, hopefully it will be good for Northern Lights because we've got some clear nights. And it has been so cloudy this December. I've not seen any Northern Lights. Yeah, none. That's crazy. Oh, my neck is still a bit weird. If I don't speak with you again, I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, weekend, and I should see you tomorrow. I'm planning to make the squirrels a little Christmas treat, so you'll have to wait for that. See you tomorrow.
Hi Danny, this is Stefan from Germany. So you've asked about traditions, and I'm not sure how many times you have to do something before it becomes a tradition. But for the last 2 years, on the day before Christmas, I've done the same small thing. I drive to a few places and I visit the animals I've spent time with throughout the year. And I should probably say that I'm a wildlife photographer too. So this has become my way of saying thank you. The birds in my forest, for example, get an entire bag of seeds. And 2 years ago, inspired by you, I started photographing squirrels in a local cemetery. And since then, every year before Christmas, I bring them a few walnuts. So last year, when I arrived, I didn't see a single squirrel at first, but then I heard a sound just above me. So I looked up and there were about 10 squirrels sitting in the tree, each holding a walnut, slowly opening them with their teeth. And I will never forget that sound or the sight of it. It felt like I had stumbled into a small Christmas party just for squirrels. So I don't know when something officially becomes a tradition, but I do know that I'll be doing this again this year. And maybe traditions aren't about how long we repeat something, but about the care we put into it.
Hi, Danny. My name is Nancy, and I'm calling from the Pacific Northwest in the United States. I just want to say how much I'm loving your Vlogmas. As I've followed you for quite a few years, I knew it would be great. I was really thinking the other day about how I fell in love with the wilderness and why I watch your videos. When I was about 10 years old, growing up in a smoggy Southern California city, I was able to go to a summer camp for a week, and it really was a revelation. I was up in the mountains where there were pine trees and an alpine lake and wildlife. And for the first time in my life, I got on horseback and went down a trail looking at everything. And I just fell in love with the wilderness. It really shaped my entire life after that. I moved to Oregon, and when I was about 13 and really fell in love with the greenery and the rain and the snow and the mountains, and that was another turning point. It just reminded me of how important it is to preserve and protect these areas, because for future generations, we need to have those spaces for children and adults to go to recharge themselves, and obviously to allow a habitat for nature. So thank you again for all you do for protecting these animals and the wildlife, and continued happy holidays to you and Happy New Year, as well as to all the other listeners. Thank you.